We are going to be making an almond flour based pizza dough, and this is keto and it is gluten-free. The instructions call for 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and 1/3 cup of water. This is a really good brand. I love Simple Mills. They have a lot of different products, and it is very healthy, very clean style of cooking. We're also going to be making our own tomato sauce. We have diced tomato, we have 2 cans of tomato paste, we have tomato sauce, we have oregano, basil pesto, and then we also have basil leaves that go with it, and we're going to be topping it off with some sun-dried tomatoes. So I guess we'll see what it looks like. So here we have the tomato paste. I chopped up some onions and some garlic, and I sauteed it in the pan with some oregano and basil, and now I'm putting in tomato paste, and I'm gonna just go ahead and let it cook for a little bit so I can get a nice simmering type of flavor before I add my tomatoes.
What kind of seasonings will you be using?
I already told you. I already told you. I literally said what I was putting in here.
Yeah, sure, he told you, bro.
No, it's very important to keep it up with the carb that we're eating. So, in the last couple of years, almost 6-7 years, I've been trying to do cauliflower pizza at home. I did it with the chicken and egg before. It didn't do as much of a good flavor, so we came up with the idea of using almond flour. But the almond flour that we used before, it didn't do justice for the flavor. So this time around, I wanted to use something better branded with the Simple Mills. I think they have a crackers too. And then we're gonna do just as simple as mixing this Simple Mills with 2 cups, 2 tablespoons?
2 tablespoons of olive oil. 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and 1/3 cup of water.
There we go. One of the main reasons that I don't usually eat for the regular bread or the wheat, it doesn't matter what kind of workout you're doing, it's always the normal wheat that always slows me down. So the lightest wheat is always the better for me. Type of flour. And then I used the coconut flour before, but it didn't do a lot of justice on those.
Coconut flour is better for desserts than it is for food.
Yeah. And then what else did we use for the pancakes, Milo? Before? Did we use the almond flour?
I think we've used almond flour before.
Almond flour, yeah.
Or tapioca flour.
Tapioca flour. That one was a good one. And then let me show you guys on the camera. The flour turns out actually very smooth and very heavy too. Right here. And then this entire box supposedly should give us, what was the size of the pizza?
2 8-inch crust pizzas, or 1 10 by 10. Here is the pan that we're going to use. This is a beautiful, beautiful pizza pan. If you don't have a pizza pan, you can use a regular pan. I don't recommend using a regular pan because it's probably not gonna even out as best on here. So it says that if the almond flour is too crusty, or if it breaks apart too easily, to add more water or olive oil. So we're gonna spread this out on here, and we preheated the oven to 350. So the instructions say to cook these for 15 minutes without any topping on. And then we've already got our tomato sauce cooking, simmering. So I think the hardest part for this is to get it evenly throughout here, because I don't think that using a roller would be beneficial, because this is a very sticky type of consistency. So we're probably gonna have to just do it like this and hope for the best and see what happens.
What do you think makes the best crust for a pizza?
I like a thin crust, but if you're doing a Chicago style, thick crust is always good. With I like a lot of sauce on mine, so this actually looks pretty good right now.
What do you think, it's thick enough?
I think it's nice. I think it's good. This looks about almost 10 inches, yeah? And then having this type of pan, you can just kind of keep rolling it around. So it's actually helping to even out the dough. And if you look at the dough looks super grainy, but I mean, that's to be expected with almond flour anyway. So we do have a lot of dough here. Just got to make sure that it's going to withhold the delicious sauce that we made.
But it actually smells very good.
Yeah, it does. It smells pretty good. So let's see what happens.
All right. I didn't see that. I'm sorry. We pre-cooked the chicken for the toppings. I was going to use the pepperoni or turkey pepperoni, but my gorgeousness doesn't like pepperoni so much, so we're going to do chicken. And then I'm going to put my favorite herbs, which is the Sauté tomato. They taste incredible, especially in winter times. And then I'm going to do black olives, because turkey, you know, I love olives on the pizza. And then I'm going to put the best cheese in the world, which is the Gouda cheese. Most of the people spend a lot of money on cheese, but HEB is our home. And nobody does more than my HEB. That's why we're going to use this.
And we're back! Here we go! Let's check on the pizza crust.
We have a guest.
Who just eats our food.
Yeah.
Doesn't contribute to society.
No.
I'm sure you guys have some of those in your life too.
Let's look at our crust. It actually smells great.
So it looks kind of brown. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna check the bottom of it.
Crust is ready. Now we're going to put the stuff on top.
Look at this delicious, beautiful base that we have for our tomato sauce. Lots of wonderful things going on here. Like I said, I like a lot of tomato sauce. I like a lot of sauce on my pizzas. There's nothing worse than having a pizza that has no sauce on it. And I know you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And there's our cat in the background who is being terrorized by the surprise guest, who is a homeless man, just staying here for a period of time in case of squatter. Anyways, so I'm going to put some of this on here. It says we cooked it for 15 minutes. It says to have cooked it for 15 minutes, take it out, put your toppings on, then put it back and cook it for like another 10 minutes. I thought that we were going to have too much sauce.
I think we hit.
I think we have
Almost.
a good amount.
Yeah.
Because we don't want it to be too much, because this is almond flour, so you have to understand that it's not a very thick crust, and because it's not a very thick crust, almond flour, if you've worked with it before, it actually crumbles and breaks very easily. So because it crumbles and it breaks very easily, this is not a typical type of pizza. That's one thing that you really need to remember and understand, because it's just a pain in the ass sometimes. So just work with it, don't work against it. That's my advice for that. Okay, so what should we put next? You were supposed to shred some cheese and you didn't.
Now, I'm going to shred the cheese while we're putting the other things.
I guess I'll do the chicken, but we have to do the chicken last, so I'm gonna put some of these on first. Let's watch him.
Shredding cheese is very, very satisfying.
Oh,
In a world of cheese haters, be a cheese lover.
this is why he works out. This is why he has big muscles. For specific this purpose, to shred cheese.
And eat cheese.
To shred cheese for me. You're taking a long time to shred this cheese.
I want to make sure it's constant.
Okay, go around though. You're just on one spot. It's snowing. It's snow everywhere.
It's a wonderful time. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Imagine it snows with cheese.
You don't even celebrate Christmas.
I don't. It's a nightmare.
So why are you singing Christmas songs?
It's everywhere. It's in the cheese.
But you're only putting it in one spot. Look at everywhere where it needs to be cheesed.
I'm putting it everywhere right now.
So note to everyone, if you like to use Gouda, you will rarely find shredded Gouda. This is why we're doing it this way.
Yeah, there's no shredded Gouda. I don't think anywhere, is there?
I was suggesting to slice it and put it on here, but it's probably a better idea just to go ahead and to shred it, because the crust is not durable and the sauce is pretty heavy. That's probably my fault when it comes to the sauce. I'm the type of person that prefers a like chunky sauce as opposed to like a real runny sauce. It marinated right here, and it marinated very well. One thing that I did add that didn't call for the recipe that we looked up was basil pesto. So I mixed some basil pesto in there, and actually it said if it turns out a little bit bitter to use sugar, but in this house we don't have sugar. We have monk fruit truvia stevia, plant-based, and I just threw a couple sprinkles in there and it worked just the same. Stevia doesn't always work the same because when I made keto rice pudding, well, not even keto rice pudding, but rice pudding, I tried to use stevia and that didn't work out very well.
Yeah, we just found out the rice pudding type of desserts, you need to use a real sugar. Otherwise, it doesn't do the justice.
Yeah. Okay, you're still not spreading it.
I'm gonna push him around.
I wanna push you around. If you've seen Barbie, you'll understand. He hasn't seen Barbie, so he doesn't get it.
I know that song.
It's not I'm not Ken, it's
I'm just Ken. Anywhere else I am a 10.
he's doing a different version. Okay, you need to spread it around.
Yeah, here we go. Whoa. I wish you can smell a video. Well, as you guys see, this turned out to be a real deal. The smoke Gouda is doing the show right now.
So we put the sauce, we put olives, we put the chicken, the Gouda, and some sun-dried tomatoes, and we will leave a list of the items that you need and the ingredients to make this if you are curious to try and do a little healthier version of making a pizza. And we're going to test it shortly and let you guys know what we think.
Just got out of the oven. It's very fresh and it smells perfect, especially the sun-dried tomato, and then the pizza sauce turned out really good. And then we're gonna try our first bite. It's very
It's thick.
really thick, yeah, that's for sure. That's why
Really thick.
we get a corner of it to see how it tastes real quick. That's perfect. This is one of the main reasons finding a healthier option of the foods that you like burgers, sandwich, a pizza, any kind of type of thing that has a bread. It's fun to find different flour alternatives like this, and this tastes like as good as the pizza that you can get anywhere else.
And it's good because it's gluten-free, so for people who are gluten sensitive,
Yes.
super helpful for
And
them
also you
to...
can use your own toppings. You can do whatever you want to do, because there's no way I can find a Gouda cheese pizza anywhere, I don't think. And the chicken and sun-dried tomato and the things that I like. And this was our first time making this in this type of pizza environment, because we always do the pancake. Next time we're gonna do the cauliflower style of it maybe, and maybe do like some pancakes with the protein pancakes as well, because we just don't do regular protein pancakes with our touch of using a keto options of different part of the world.
And this probably costs like maybe $20.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And then 3 of us are eating it right now, so it's very
cheaper than buying an actual pizza.
And it only took us 35 minutes, and it didn't take us that long. And then we would like to thank Simple Mills for their incredible flour and
And HEB.
HEB, because nobody does it more than my HEB.